Hi, it's Craig the Spa Tech. I've been moving hot tubs for a quarter century, 25 years almost, and it's funny when you get some people who are like, hey, I've got a hot tub. Let's get three, four guys and move this thing. I've taken a grandee and moved it all by myself because I use the tools and the techniques for moving hot tubs that work smart, not hard. When I move hot tubs all by myself, when I take it from like point A to point B, I will use like 75, maybe close to 100% of my strength for a very short time. But by and large, when I move the tub from point A to point B, I would say it's 20% strength and 80% working smart, not hard. So I'm going to go over some of the tools and techniques that I use. So the airbag was one of them that you just saw me lower that tub. There is a tool in the hot tub industry called the wedge. It's an airbag that is triangular shaped, kind of like a big wedge of cheese, where you can inflate and deflate, and that triangular shape really helps cradle a tub on its way up and down if you're tipping it up, tipping it down. So this was an American Science and Surplus buy a few years ago. It is a military surplus inflatable buoy. It is marshmallow shaped. In fact, that's what I call it, marshmallow. And this does pretty well for raising and lowering hot tubs. It's inflatable and deflatable with a vacuum cleaner. I used to get a kick out of the old ads where David Orrick would pick up a bowling ball with one of his vacuums, and I'm like, it's nothing. I pick up hot tubs with a vacuum cleaner. So the vacuum cleaner airbag is just one of my tools. You also saw me wheel around that tub with this thing. When I bought this house, this was here. It had some weird rollers on pivots in here, and I was in the process of dismantling it because this is a fair amount of some serious aluminum here. I was ready to scrap this for aluminum, but then I realized, well, this thing is pretty thin, and it's got rollers on it. Maybe I can use this for moving hot tubs. But the rollers only really go in one direction. But when I put it underneath the tub from the center point forward, the equipment compartment is the heavy end. So what you can do is it can be on the central beam forward, and since this is the heavy end, it sits on the cart pretty well, but it's very easy to push down on the back side of the hot tub and do a wheelie, and then you can easily rotate it to go that way, and now you can roller it this way. Then you can easily do a wheelie, rotate it in a different direction. Now you can roll it that way. So I stumbled across this. It is so simple to take a hot tub, jack it up, put it on a couple of 4x4 blocks, put this underneath, take out the 4x4 blocks. Now you're wheeling a tub around as easy as can be. And the way you do that, putting a tub up on blocks, are these leverage tools here. I've had this one for years, and when I bought this house, that one that one is huge. That one was just sitting here, so I'm like, okay, I've got two of these Johnson bars. And with the blocks, I've got concrete blocks, I've got wood blocks, I've got 1x4s, 2x4s, 4x4s, 4x6s, 8x8s. So yeah, you just putting tubs up on blocks is it's Tinker Toys really. Just jacking it up, putting blocks, jacking up, putting blocks. I'm probably going to get a lot of negative feedback from these things. These I manufactured myself with a specific height and purpose behind them. And let me get this thing out of the way to explain that. So these supports, I was in the process of making 5 of them. I've got 3 of them. I was in the process of making 5 of them when my life got disrupted, uprooted. But these are specifically made to be 3/4 of an inch taller than my flatbed trailer. So what I can do when I pick up a hot tub on my trailer, I can wheel my trailer into my workshop, I can put it in place and lower the tongue of the trailer down, which raises the back side of the hot tub up. I can put 2 on the back. Now I can take the tongue of the trailer, raise it up, put a 2x4 stand on it. I can put 2 blocks on the front. Now I can lower the tongue of the trailer so the trailer is perfectly flat, and the hot tub is 3/4 of an inch taller than the trailer. Now I can slide the trailer out, put the trailer away, put a central support block on there, and now my tub is ready to fill to find leaks. Now I know what you're thinking, boy, these things look tippy this way. Well, that's true. The one in the center is designed to go the other way, so it is not so tippy. Controversial, but 5-point support on a hot tub filled with water. I have had a Grande underneath these, on top of these, filled, run, and tested, and I've had no problems. And it's just one of the tools that I have. And since I am talking about putting a tub up on blocks, this is the framework of the underside of a hot spring spa. This pencil mark indicates where I would put that roller cart. I have seen a lot of people in the industry put a tub up on blocks, and they put the blocks on the corners of the tub. This is a huge no-no. The corners are not a support point. The support points are all of this framework and not the corners. So when I put a tub up on blocks, I'm putting the blocks at this T, this T, this T, and this T, and one in the middle. That is bare minimum for putting a tub up on blocks. The Prodigy that I have outside, which is kind of on blocks long term throughout the summer, and I'm going to be using it, that I have 7-point support where I've put an additional there and there. But 5-point support for putting a tub up on blocks to fill, run, and test. And I cannot stress enough that the corners are not support points. So please do not do that. It's very dangerous. And be safe, everybody. So going forward here with this 2007 Vanguard, this is a tub that I snatched up many years ago. It had freeze damage. I repaired it. I got it going. I used it, and life disrupted. It wound up getting drained and winterized and put in storage. This tub has a weird history. It had 4 years of use. New owners drained it for the winter. You can't do that. They just drained it for the winter. They didn't winterize it. They filled it up in the spring, and it was leaking like a sieve, so they put it on market Craigslist for $800. I snatched it up. It sat in my garage for 6 years. Then I finally got around to replacing all the freeze fracturing. I used it for 4 years. Then life disrupted. I winterized it and put it in storage. So this 2007 spa that is 18 years old has had 4 years of use, 6 years of storage, 4 years of use, and 4 years of storage. So combined, 8 years of use, 10 years of storage. So there's nothing wrong with this tub. When I winterized and drained it, everything was working tip-top. In fact, the only thing that was ever replaced on this tub was the heater relay board and the pillows. Everything on here is original. It's been so well taken care of water chemistry-wise. There are a few issues. The plywood corners are starting to get a little bit soft and rotted. I just want to replace jet pump seals just so those don't become a leaking issue in the very near future. And rains are coming, so I'm going to wrap this up. This is going to be a fun project. Stick around. I'm going to go through this and take you along with the journey, and Puppy is freaking out now, so give me a like and stay tuned. This is going to be a fun project. Catch you later. It's okay, Puppy.